That is the biggest criminal act. Hoodwink, bamboozle, led us astray. I don't know how we bought it and taught it to our children so much that you and I know it. I'm not on the Queen's bandwagon, but if there is a way there to bring her to book because of the fact she's our current head of state, then it should be done. So those things have to be talked about as we go forward, right? But there are other simple things we can do, and speaking on my own, not even as a National Council member, if the government was serious, I mean, I could tell you that one of the easiest things you could do is to put a reparations tax on every passport from a country that has a history of trading in chattel slavery and kidnapping Africans. And you could collect that every year, but no, we're afraid of that because it's going to hurt our tourism. Well, listen, we've been spent how many years building up our brand Jamaica? Either we believe in it or we don't believe in it. Because I don't think it would hurt our brand Jamaica, but it would signal to the world that we are serious. Another way to do it would to do it in conjunction with CARICOM. So that it's not that, okay, people are going to stop going to Jamaica because they're charging a reparation tax and go to Barbados, if Barbados is charging it too. And I think through the CARICOM Reparations Commission, even though they have not suggested such a thing, there are radical ideas that will be coming out once the thing picks up momentum. And there are reparations commissions in all the CARICOM member states now. We are collaborating, we are communicating. You saw what happened with the royal visit, not only in Jamaica but in Bahamas and other places. So the reparation trade is picking up momentum, and as Sir Hilary Beckles says, the 21st century really is the century for reparations. Look what's happening in the US with some of their policies. Look at what's happening with the Vatican Church. What I want to warn the nation is do not allow them to get out in front of it now and control the narrative as they did when they abolished slavery and paid themselves. Don't let them decide how they are going to give reparation. They must yield to what we are demanding and what is owed to us, right? And you know, it's not just about money, but there has to be a monetary part of it too, because we know what was paid to the slave owners. People say 21 million or something like that. 26 million pounds. It's not 26 million pounds. It's something more like 47 million pounds. And this is what I want Jamaica to understand. You remember after they abolished slavery, they said we had to spend 4 years in an apprenticeship period. That is the biggest criminal act. Hoodwink, bamboozle, led us astray. I don't know how we bought it and taught it to our children so much that you and I know it. How can you do a job for 300 years and the last 4 years you're an apprentice? Are you crazy? What that was that the UK government settled with them for 47 million. They could only get 26 million in cash or 21 in cash, which they had to borrow to get. The balance of that, the 26 million, was given back to them in 4 more years of free labor. That is what the apprenticeship period was about. And we sing about it in our history book like it was a natural thing. No, it was robbery. It was taking the chains off of our feet and the beginning of putting it on our minds to make us believe that we could become apprentices and that we owed anybody. We didn't owe anybody. Much was owed to us. Where were their parents who were killed? Where are their mothers who were raped? Right? Starved. How we learn to eat saltfish and ackee. How we learn to eat that? People should check the story whenever I eat ackee in Africa. It's true chattel slavery and the suffering that we got through. We pick the saltfish out of the fertilizer and we start nyam the ackee that was poisoned in Africa, and we learn how to cook it. Right? So our whole culture reflects the fact not only that we fought, not only that we won, but also that we were robbed at the end through ignorance and through lack of knowledge.
I just came back from Accra, Ghana, where we had a reparations conference in terms of both reparations and racial healing, and getting the Africans on board. And President Akufo-Addo gave a keynote address. So the Africans are on board. We need more and more of them on board. Certainly Barbados is pushing, significantly. The Eastern Caribbean is pushing. We're in touch with Brazil. Brazil has a reparations bill in their Congress. So more and more people. We have a new vice president there in Colombia. She's very much in favor of the same thing. So we're coalescing, shall we say, and the movement is growing, and it has to be a global movement for African people, and that's what's happening. Yep.
So what can we do? What can Jamaica do?
Well, again, you have a committee here. You have a reparations committee, and they're very active. And again, it's part of the Caribbean Committee, CARICOM. So, Gazi knows all about that. So it's happening. Sir Hilary Beckles was at the conference, and of course, he's a very eloquent speaker, and he really carries the baton forward. So we're all following his lead.
Minister, are we moving fast enough in terms of reparation and pursuing it as a country?
Well, I appointed the National Reparations Council, and we are working. We are developing a reparations policy, as well as preparing a petition to look at the legal recourse we can take in seeking reparations. As we speak, the Council for Reparations is in discussion with the Attorney General's Chamber. The team on my end is led by the chair, Lalita Davis, she's the chair of the council. And the other hand, the Attorney General's Chamber is discussing the Attorney General's Mr. McCoy. And we are actively engaged and working with the legal team. They are looking at options, the approaches to be made and so on. One hand, maybe a petition to the Queen, on the other hand, maybe a straight legal recourse, which takes on different kinds of approaches. But we are waiting, the cabinet is awaiting guidance and direction for all these discussions and engagement in order to make a final decision on the approach. And of course, I have to give former Minister Michael kudos for pushing it, for taking a resolution to Parliament, and which was unanimously passed that we should seek reparations, and out of that came the Council for Reparations. And we have been doing public education, we have had many seminars and several outreach programs.
May it not be too late, given that we're looking to move away from the Queen?
It's never too late to seek justice. It's never too late to seek reparative justice.
It doesn't really matter whether we're a republic or not. The harm was done, and there has to be retribution. There has to be paying for it. That's the only way we can live together peacefully as people. If there's some compensation for the damage done. So it doesn't matter whether we're a republic or part of the Commonwealth or whatever. So it's the same thing. Justice is justice.
Justice is justice. And justice
reparative.
is done.
Yeah.
And a debt